I feel like I start all my videos with this recently, but long time no see. Bex here. Yeah, it's been a while since I posted a video. I'm currently, still training as a mental health nurse. I'm currently working on a COVID ward, so that's something that's been really new, and obviously like COVID. Need I say more? This video is called "This TBR Sparks Joy" because I've got so many books on my physical TBR on my shelf over yonder and on my like Goodreads digital TBR, but I wanted to go through and think, no, which books am I tangibly excited about? Like, I'm looking forward to all of them, but which ones are just really like, Pegs, pick me up. So this is what that video is going to be about. I've got a selection of books here and I'm just going to jump into it in no particular order. I'm going to kick this off with Beloved by Toni Morrison. Now, the main reason I want to read this is because it's magical realism, and that is my favourite genre, and this is sort of, I feel like, a staple in the genre. I really should read it. It's very highly like regarded, Toni Morrison as an author. I've not read any of their works, but I'm just well pumped. This deals with the topics of motherhood, slavery, trauma, and somehow it has a magical twist to it. I genuinely don't even know the plot of this, but I'm just really hoping, as magical realism often does, it just evokes that like those feelings, and the writing is probably going to be magnificent, so we're pumped. On a completely different vibe, we have To Kill a Kingdom by Alexandra Christo. Now, I'm very excited about this book because it has mermaids in. Woo! I bought on Twitter a while ago, like, recommending me mermaid books, and this one just divided opinion. Some people were like, yes, To Kill a Kingdom, read it. Other people were like, no, that's a skip, like, trust me, save your time. So I'm going to jump into it, see how it is. I think the cover is gorgeous also. I love this gold. It's sort of a darker tale. I think we've got some perhaps murder, or someone's a killer. I'm not sure who, but I know it also, I say I know, I don't know. I'm guessing it also has a romance trend to it, potentially, because I'm sure I've seen people discuss that element. I don't care about romance personally, but you might, so I think this book has it in. I think part of the reason this sparks joy is partly the cover and wholly the mermaids. Next up, we're going to go with a cheeky bit of non-fiction because I am a fan of that, particularly when it comes to my two favourite topics of like psychology and mental health. Woo! What a fun educational time. So this is The Body Keeps the Score, which in this sort of field of writing, this is sort of deemed as a really important read in the subject, and it's all about the effects of trauma, what that can do to your mind, your behaviour. Does your brain chemistry change? Does your thought patterns change? It's just filled with case studies and research, and it just sounds like it'll be so educational for me. The font is scarily small. I love it when a non-fiction book has a really big font because that just seems way less scary than when they have this ugly font. You're more like, oh, that's terrifying, but we will dive into it anyway. And also I really love the cover. Like, I'm just feeling this art. Look at that. I do really love the penguin spines. Obviously, we should be supporting small publishers as well, but this do be a lovely spine. Okay, next I'm shooting onto a book that my dear twin Olivia got me. This got like hauled in my twin buys my book haul video, which I'll link down below. This one I'm very excited to get to, which is Braised Pork by Anne Yu. Now again, this is a book which is leaving a lot to my imagination in terms of what is it about, which direction is it gonna go in, because it has a very vague premise. We've just got this woman. Her husband is found dead in a bathtub. Next to him is a drawing of a strange creature from his dream. And that's it. That is literally all we are told. So this dear lady is going to go on an adventure to uncover what has happened to her husband. I sort of don't know whether this is going to be magical realism or not. Perhaps something a bit more psychological. I have no idea, but I'm certainly hyped for it. And again, I really feel like the cover is another like way books spark joy, because that's just sort of, that's telling you things. Like, I don't know what it's telling me. But it's saying something. It's saying like, ooh, I'm mysterious. Things are gonna go down in this book. And it's called Braised Pork, which is just a hilariously ridiculous name. And I don't know why it's called Braised Pork. And I want to find out. Next up, I have The Water Dancer. I am just so looking forward to this book. It's magical freaking realism. Whoop. Do you know what? This has similar vibes to Beloved. I'm sure it's completely different, but we're dealing with sort of a magical element, and also I believe the guy this is about is escaping from slavery, and he sort of nearly is about to drown because it turns out he can breathe underwater. Yeah, so again, like, I think there's a theme here. I don't really know any detailed sort of plot description of these books, but that's not sort of how I roll. I more just want to pick up the genre. What are the vibes? I really like sort of any books that have like a magical water element, and this is really fitting with that. I'm having so many overlaps today. We've got water powers. We've got the same vibes as Beloved. Also, Toni Morrison is on the blurb. And these covers are just like spookily similar. Like, that could be a cutout. Anyway, no one cares. Moving on. I bought this secondhand, so I don't have the, what is it called? Dust jacket. Haha. Yeah, I don't have the dust jacket, but it is After Dark by Murakami. I recently read my first Murakami, Kafka on the Shore, and you know, I really enjoyed it. I thought, again, guys, it's like magical realism. Oh, I really have a thing for that genre. But I was sort of thinking, what do I want to try next? Like, Murakami certainly intrigued me with what he's doing, and I've heard great things about After Dark. I think it is set on one night time. We've just got our main character, and he's sort of just exploring the streets at night. I think this is set in Japan, and it's sort of all about the people of the night, who's awake, what people are getting up to. And I think that premise sounds so wonderfully simple, but it's just going to be all about Murakami's writing, and it's going to be him being weird and wonderful and poetic and enchanting. Maybe spookily enchanting. I don't know. So yes, this is sparking joy. Following on from that, we have Vicious by V.E. Schwab. I have yet to read a book by V.E. Schwab, and I'm really certain I'm going to like it. I'm sure I'm going to be about it, if you know what I mean. This just sounds so up my alley, about two rivaling academic students. They start off as close friends, but becomes competitive. And this competition, I think, turns quite sinister. People put it in the dark academia category, which I am so down for. I'm pretty sure this has magical elements, which is wonderful. I feel like it's going to be a really like sort of cold weather book. Maybe it's raining outside, it's dark, you're curled up under the covers reading about Victor and Eli. Who's not up for that? So yeah, again, lovely cover. It is sparking joy. Next up, we have Drive Your Plow Over the Bones of the Dead by Olga Tokarczuk. I'll let you have a good look at that. Either the author or this book, I'm not sure, won the Literature Pulitzer Prize, which is just incredible. I believe the author is Polish, and this is set in Poland, and it's just got such a wacky premise. I don't think it's magical per se, but it sort of just has that vibes of, well, anything can happen, and expect the unexpected. There's nothing that this author might not throw at you. I'll briefly just skim through the blurb, but we have an older woman called Janina. She is very reclusive, she lives with her dogs, she way prefers animals to people, she's very unconventional, and she's all about poetry, which I'm very hyped for. I love some poetry in books. There starts to be murders around Janina, and she gets involved in the investigation. It is by no means a conventional crime story, but it is an existential thriller that offers thought-provoking ideas on our perceptions of madness, injustice against marginalised people, animal rights, religion, and belief in predestination. This book caused a political uproar in Poland, so I'm down for reading a book which caused a political uproar. Sounds kind of juicy and intriguing. Thank you, Olga. Your book is sparking joy. So that is it, folks. Let me just hold these books up for us all because we're a booktuber and that's what we do. Yay! This TBR sparks joy. Well, I certainly cannot wait to get to all of those. Hopefully I'll be able to pin some down before next year. Wow, December, guys. Can you believe? But yes, so excited about that. Obviously this was like inspired by Maria Kondo and sparking joy. You know, you just gotta hold the item and see if you feel joy. It's a great time. Yeah, that was that. Sorry if I made no sense through this video. We be tired, but that is the video. Great to sort of talk to you guys again. I really hope you let me know how you're doing in the comments so we can have a bit of a chit chat and catch up. I have stayed active on Twitter, which is Cozy Bex, so do follow me again if you want to stay in touch, even when I'm sort of less active on here. But I'm going to try and post content semi-regularly if I can. Yeah, I just want to end this video with a shout out to my cousin Grace if she's watching. I'm so sad that the pandemic has just pulled us apart and we haven't been able to see each other in ages, but I hope you're well. Love you so much. So goodbye, guys. See you at a later time.